His Holiness the Dalai Lama. Sir, you started the lecture with World War I, World War II, and the order and the century being built upon it. Sir, every great civilization of the past, whether Indus Valley civilization or the Mesopotamian civilization, came to an abrupt end. We didn't even know about it. So, do you think this civilization of ours, which is built upon this global order in the 20th century, is sustainable, or would we meet a similar tragic end? And what would be the cause? Growing inequality or environmental disruption? What's your view?
I believe through education and through deeper experience, human being, generally speaking, becoming more mature. Look, 20th century, even in 20th century, in early part of 20th century, when nation declare war on your neighbor, all the citizens of that nation, without slightest question, they proudly join war effort. Now that later part of 20th century completely changed. Like weather war, American people very much against war, like that. So the early part of 20th century, like France and Germany, you see, arch enemy through centuries, fighting, killing. Then after Second World War, they create the European Union, headed by German Chancellor Adenauer and France de Gaulle. So these are we human beings mature through too much suffering. So I feel, judging 20th century, I think humanity becoming more mature, and then think common interest more rather than national interest. And one time, the 가서 잘했지. 가서 식사했는데. 비누바바. 아차야, 비누바베. You see, once express idea, A, B, C. A, Afghanistan. B, Burma. C, Sri Lanka. Then India, Pakistan. Some kind of federation. So you see, and in modern India, at least, you see, East India, South India, West India, North India, different language, different script, but all happily remain in union. So these, I think, the human being becoming more mature and seeing common interest like that. So that's my view. Next question.
His Holiness, my question is that women are usually at the bottom of the chain in any society. I would like to know whether there will ever be a lady Dalai Lama.
Kalsa. Firstly, Buddha give equal right, male and female. The highest ordination, bhikshu, bhikshuni. And then in Tibetan or in Indian great Buddhist master, some bhikshu, some bhikshunis. And yogi, yogini, they are equal. Then I think more than 15 years ago, one occasion, one magazine, in French, one magazine, mainly ladies, for ladies, the editor, she came to see me, and she asked me, in future, Dalai Lama can be female Dalai Lama. Then I immediately say, yes. If the circumstances is such female body more effective, then certainly yes. Among Tibetan sort of high Lama, like something Dorje Parmo, I think since 700 years ago already, that whole lineage, female, very high sort of position among the reincarnation, something like that. So it is quite, I think, in Tibetan sort of tradition, Buddhist tradition, very liberal, no problem.
Thank you very much.
But of course, the 14th Dalai Lama, now through surgery, I think impossible to make female.
Hello? Thank you so much.
Namaste, Your Holiness. Namaste and welcome. I'm Elsie Gabriel, environmentalist and journalist. My question to you is, we beg your message today on fighting climate change and we adults leaving behind a more intactful planet for our next generation, our students here.
Yes, it is very, very important. Global warming really now become very serious. According to my own lifetime, when we were young, those mountains, the surrounding Lhasa, usually you see some whole year, some snow, but that gradually, year by year, less and less. Now in Dharamsala, last 59 years, or 1 year I spent in Mussoorie. Then 1960, the government of India arranged my more or less permanent residence in Dharamsala. So summer 60, I shifted to Dharamsala. That winter, very thick snow at our place. Saw ashram. They are very thick, about 1 foot. You see, thick. Then, year by year, snowfall less. So, few occasions, I sort of request some local authority. Now this, eventually shortage of water may face at Dharamsala. So, concerned people should make some plan, water reserve, Dharamsala. At the moment, no worry. Water harvesting. So they, now in Tibet also, now gradually, level of the river and some lakes less. So when I, because of the flu, was flying on and from Europe to India, on Afghanistan, very clear sort of picture. And previously, huge lake. Now some cases become very small lake. Some cases completely dry. So therefore, now they, due to global warming, the water shortage really become very, very serious. So we have to think very seriously how to take also the care about water, about environment. It's very, very important. Yes?
His Holiness the Dalai Lama. I'm Pallavi Kochar from IIT Bombay. I would like to ask you that what is the relationship between spirituality and eternity?
I don't know. What do you mean, I don't know? Eternity is not correct. You remember? Oh, like space, an atom, eternal, eternity. Oh.
This is Professor Dr. Mohammed Nada, Culture and Education Counselor, Embassy of Egypt. Thanks for your excellency to mention the civilization of Egypt and the previous and long history civilizations of Egypt, India, and China. The question for your excellency: what's the expectation for the future, integrating the new technologies, especially in this very high-end technological festival? And thanks for the invitation for this event. What's your excellency expectation of the role of technology in taking into consideration these big civilizations and historical countries like India, Egypt, and China? Thank you.
Yes, nowadays, this is a scientist or technologist. They say, Karsa, Samlo.
Artificial intelligence.
Oh, artificial intelligence through technology. I don't believe that. Mind is mind. One story, and many years ago, one occasion in Japan, one meeting, some scientist, so one Japanese scientist who believe only brain, no consciousness. So there are a number of scientists who believe only brain, no such consciousness or mind. So that Japanese scientist, also believe that. Meantime, he also, very much worry about, recently his son passed away. So very much worry. So then only brain, then I think we should remove that part of brain, then no longer any worry. So the emotion related with a certain level of brain, I think this part of the brain mainly related with sensorial consciousness. Now this brain, emotion. So if emotion, including suffering, because of sadness, purely related with brain, and then you should operate. That's impossible. Now, early part of 20th century, many scientists not accept existence of mind, only brain. The later part of 20th century, through their experiment, investigation, particularly those individuals who can meditate few hours. So while they meditate, some wires put on their head, and then some investigation. Now later part, some of the top scientists, especially brain specialists, now they feel, oh, there is something, whatever you call mind or consciousness, it can affect our brain. Because
His Holiness is referring to neuroplasticity.
So training our mind or mental state makes effect that. So now, some scientists already accepted existence of mind. So over 30 years, I have serious discussion with modern scientists, mainly 4 fields: cosmology, and then neurobiology, then physics, including quantum physics, then psychology. In these mainly 4 fields, as a result of discussion over 30 years, it became very clear, it's very useful to mutual learning. We also find some useful information, like Big Bang theory, essential in Buddhist text, clearly mentioned 5 elements. This is the basis of whole galaxies come and disappear, come and disappear. But more detailed explanation, the scientific finding, very useful. Then, neurobiology, through a certain sort of knowledge, yoga practice, you see, have some sort of explanation about the different channels, these things, quite useful. And Tibetan medical system also used to have some knowledge, so useful. Then quantum physics. India, as I already mentioned, it's a quantum physics. I think that subject, when we discuss with the scientists, that subject very familiar for us, like that. Then consciousness. Sometimes I sort of, maybe too bold, I express the modern psychology, compare ancient Indian psychology, then modern psychology looks like kindergarten level. Indian psychology, highly developed. So many scientists very, very eager to learn from ancient Indian psychology, Indian knowledge about mind, emotion. So,
Hi, good morning, His Holiness, and good morning.
So the was a technology, ultimately human beings' mind control. So I think just technology alone produce human mind, impossible. Yes, next question.
Can we have the next question? Yeah.
Good morning, His Holiness. Good morning, everyone. I'm Preeti Goyal, and it's an honor and privilege to be here. I want to ask a question wherein I think most of us can benefit. The question is, how can we practice compassion, and if there are any tips for where we can manage our anger, or any books that you could suggest, please? Thank you.
As I mentioned earlier, we are in the category of different mammals. We are a social animal. Any social animal, biologically, there is certain sort of also the ability to bring together. So, other animal, social animal, they have a limited sort of altruism among themselves. That's very necessary for survival. So, individual, social animal, their survival depend on the community. So, sense of sort of oneness, sense of sort of community there. Without that, they can't survive. Then we human beings, also social animal. Therefore, the seed of compassion, biologically there. Now the important is, when we were young, these human value very much sort of fresh. Then once we join modern education, no one talking about these inner value. So then these basic sort of value become dormant survey, dormant. And just material value, money, power, all these, then no relevant, these inner value. But society, as a social animal, in the family, billionaire, very rich, but without affection in the family member, that family never be happy family. Poor beggar, materially very poor, but full of affection. Very happy. Can be very happy sort of family. Like that, we are a social animal. Biologically, we need certain sort of emotion which bring together. So I feel, so we have this intelligence. So use intelligence, the basic human value, then can further increase or at least kept. These things, compassion, not sort of talking about next life or moksha or nirvana. Compassion, our day-to-day life, the warm-heartedness is very important. Part of our education about our health. So we can teach these things. Not, Buddha says such things, or other sort of spiritual leaders say such things. No, not relying on these quotations. Just simply common sense, use common sense. Like that. Okay, next question.
Good morning, sir. To bring the peace of mind and peace in the world, which religion we must follow?
All religion carry same message of love. I already mentioned, you see, different method, different philosophy, but all carry same message of love. The question is, whether you accept religion or not, up to individual. Once you accept religion, then you should be serious, sincere. Then all religion have same potential. I never state Buddhism is best. I never say. Like medicine, you see, you cannot say, pick up one medicine, this is best medicine. You cannot say. According the patient's condition, then we can say, for your case, this medicine is best. Like that, religion, you cannot say one religion is best. We cannot say. According the practitioner's mental disposition, some people, theistic religion is much more powerful. Some people, non-theistic religion, much more powerful. Like that. Next.
Vandami Bante. Sir, I do know about the cause and effect, the karma and vipak. Okay. So now, when we see that there are earthquakes, there are tsunamis, and it's kind of lot of people die at the same time. Like a karma is actually reason for your death and birth both. So how does that happen? Lot of people die at the same time, and how do we remove that fear if that happens with me? So why does that happen? A lot of people die together. Thank you.
Lelia, Dangde, Sa, Tumung Sasha Legic, Gekus Sasha Legic, Namramuk Sujore.
So with regard
according
to
Indian tradition.
So with regard to karma, which is in the according to the Indian tradition, there are karmas which are said to be collective karmas, which could be, which could ripen in the environment that you live in, so that these kind of things happen.
So the subject karma, there are a lot of explanation, very, very detailed sort of categories and mention. Broadly speaking, yes, some sort of common karma, and common karma make contribution regarding the Big Bang, these things. Like that. Next question.